YouTube. I want to touch on something that actually a continuation of a story, a very sad story that took place in 2009 with Chris Henry, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals, who basically died from blunt force trauma to the head, and it all stemmed from a domestic dispute with his then fiance. And it was sad then, but as of recently, it's a very heartwarming situation that's going on now with Pacman Jones, because apparently, and I didn't know this, that he adopted his son, who is now looking at schools to go to, who's also playing ball, which is very touching. It's very good. But it just goes to show you fellas out there, if you in a relationship that just strangles your emotions to the point where you can't control yourself and you're acting out of character and you're doing things that might end up getting you in trouble, getting you hurt, or worse, hurting somebody else, or you might need to get out of that situation, because you're not going to just hurt yourself. It's going to impact your loved ones. It's going to impact your children down the line forward. But it happened, and shouts out to Pacman Jones for doing what he did. I didn't know this. Maybe a lot of you guys did. Feel free to comment down in the comment section down below. I'm gonna leave a link to this article in the description box down below. But basically, this is from USA Today. But basically, Pacman Jones adopted Chris Henry's sons and is now accompanying Chris Jr. on college visits. NFL wideout Chris Henry was taken too soon from this world when he died at the age of 26, 2009. He left behind two sons, but an old friend is making sure they still get the wisdom of a football veteran as they carve a hopeful path to the big leagues. Adam Pacman Jones, a 12-year NFL veteran and Henry's teammate with the West Virginia Mountaineers, has been helping the Henry family since the untimely death of its patriarch. In 2021, he told Shannon Sharp he legally adopted his best friend's children. Now, Chris Jr., a 6'3" wide receiver prospect who looks almost identical to his father, isn't just living with Jones. See, that's what's up right there. See, out of an unfortunate situation that spawned out of control back then comes this positive, conclusion to a story, and he's given a second chance based off what Pacman Jones has done, which is, all the publicity that mainstream media wants the negative publicity they want to throw at Pacman Jones all the time, every little thing he does, this and that, and some of which was earned. I mean, some of the things he could have handled better, but I see no mention of this, probably because maybe it doesn't fit the character they want to paint Pacman Jones as, but this is a great story, and I'm glad I came across this. After a great visit and conversation with Coach Cristobal, I am extremely blessed to receive an offer from the University of Miami. It's a tweet from Chris Henry Jr. So, let's see. Season offer. Don't know if he accepted yet, but who wouldn't want to go to Miami? You know, especially as a young man, got talent. That's what's up. Henry Jr. is only a high school freshman, but he already holds scholarship offers from 7 different colleges, per 257sports.com. That includes Power 5 programs like Miami, Ohio State, Penn State, and West Virginia. Jones has been his wingman throughout a process that should only get busier and busier as the young team grows into his playmaking genetics. I'm wishing him nothing but the best. I hope he becomes a monster in college. Straight up. There's another, it's a tweet by Kevin Clark. Pacman Jones said last year he adopted the sons of his late teammate Chris Henry, and now he's accompanying Chris Jr. on college visits. I've never used this emoji before and might never again. It's just a crying emoji. It's a very touching story. I'm glad I came across this. I'm gonna leave a link to this article down in the description box. But it's unfortunate what happened, but it's good to see that there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel for this young man. And he's receiving all these offers from these big college programs, these football programs. So they obviously see the talent in him. He obviously, you know what I'm saying, they put a lot of highlights on highlight reels for these college recruiters, for them to be wanting to bring him to the program. And good for Pacman Jones for stepping up and adopting his friends' kids in a very tragic situation that could have spiraled out of control even more. Because you see all the time, kids lose their father suddenly, tragically. Then they go into a deep depression, and all of a sudden they start straying off their paths, their goals, the goals that they had, that their father instilled in them, discipline. They might turn to alcohol, they might turn to drugs, they might start running the streets and doing a whole bunch of things they shouldn't be doing. But Pacman Jones stepped up and made sure that wouldn't happen to Chris Henry's kids, and that's, shouts out to Pacman Jones, straight up. Because often in this society, a straight black man gets sold, we get dogged, drugged through the mud in every aspect of society, especially as a man, from video games to movies to TV shows. They never want us to be the hero, they never want us to be the good guy. They just want to continue, society as a whole wants to just wipe their feet on the straight. It's just like they're hell-bent on destroying the straight man. That's another reason why I found this story very pleasing and very, this is heartwarming to me. And I'm another dude that don't really use the crying emoji, but goddamn it, shit, this is a great story, and I love seeing this. And I'm glad that Pacman Jones stepped up and did this. This is good shit. So I'm gonna leave this in the comment section down below. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch y'all next time around the block. Later.